Hello everyone, this is Mark with Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are having a look at Lionel Beyeke and Cedric McMillan. Now in what capacity, you may ask? This is them at the 2017 Mr.Olympia event. Cedric McMillan plummeted all the way down to the 10th place position, and Lionel, he has not been on the bodybuilding, or the Olympia stage rather, since I believe 2013, and this was his comeback, I guess you could say. And he was, as per usual, placing 10th. I believe his last placing, and he placed 11th here, just underneath Cedric McMillan. Did the judges even look at these two? Or did they just figure Cedric was a bigger name than Lionel? It appears from the front relaxed, Lionel is in better condition. But let's go through the poses. And I would definitely say Lionel, he looks a lot better for Lionel. Cedric McMillan, I believe he really dropped the ball here. As does he always drop the ball at the Olympia, does he not? Well, either way, this was a rather low placing for him. So I was thinking they probably just placed him low enough to keep him in the radar, keep him in the top 10. Like I said, he's a big name, supplement companies, things of that nature. Lionel Beyeke, you can clearly see he is thinner in the skin. He just looks better in the arm department as well. Let's carry on these poses. There's not too many men that are able to match aesthetics with big Cedric McMillan and size as well. Lionel, pretty near 6 feet tall. I believe he's 5'10", 5'11". Cedric McMillan, 6 feet tall, maybe even 6'1". He bends at the knees, though, so I even made them probably around the same height here. But enough about that explanation. Cedric McMillan, awesome in this pose, even if he is a little bit less conditioned, which I do believe he is. You look at the pecs, you look at the arms, the thin skin, the abs. Lionel is in better condition, guys. But Cedric McMillan fills this one out so much better than Lionel that, in my opinion, he ties things up coming out of the front shots. And that's the thing about Cedric McMillan. He is so unbelievably good in the mandatory poses. I mean, the side chest pose, very hard to beat. Lionel looks like a beast, though. Look at him. Thick, stout, very muscular. But Cedric, he has the muscle separation in the legs. He just looks a little bit better, I think. I do prefer the pecs. Food for thought for Lionel Beyeke. Look at those big round bulbous cannonballs of delts. But anyway, let's go to the second side pose. And you know what, guys? Until we see the back poses, I guess it's still up in the air. But Cedric McMillan has an edge. It was a tie through the front poses, and he's getting both of these. The arm itself looks very, very similar. Very similar. Cedric, a little bit better in the muscle separation. Points to the fact that he may be in better condition as well. Looks better in the abs. Better in the pecs. So I may have jumped the gun a little bit on this one. Just looking at the front double and the front relaxed position. But hey, there is the back poses. And you know what? For Lionel Beyeke, I am impressed with this version here. He does look good. I mean, the back development, the width of the lats, of course, he's going to be a little soft in the glutes. And he always battles with that aspect. But I don't see Cedric McMillan. There's not too many striations in his glutes either. It's pretty much right on par with each other, to tell you the truth. And I do prefer the back development of Lionel, believe it or not. So I give Lionel the rear lat spread. And in the rear double bicep, I had to actually use a different album here for Cedric McMillan. The other one was just very unflattering. I should have went ahead and used it, but I just don't think that he was striking the pose at the right time. This one clearly a little bit better. For Cedric McMillan, it's just not up to par. The lower back, the Christmas tree area, I have seen his lower back area just strided to a T. And I have to say, guys, Lionel Beyeke, the traps, muscle separation, the thin skin, the almighty thin skin, might be losing in the hamstrings and a little bit loose in the glutes too, I guess. But guys, Lionel Beyeke, definitely, he's battling back here in the back poses, no pun intended. But anyway, there is fun intended. When you watch these videos, of course, I try to throw a little bit of humor in here and there, and this ab and thigh pose, just not good for Cedric McMillan, considering his ab and thigh is one of the best. His overhead ab and thigh pose? Are you kidding me? For a nowadays guy, he battles against the likes of, Brendan Curry. But for Lionel, I can really see the outline of his six-pack. Fantastic job. I would go with Lionel because he's hitting the pose to spec. But that's just a personal preference. I looked through the albums, and Cedric McMillan, he repeatedly hit it like this. Could it be that he knew he was not up to par in the conditioning? His abs look good. I mean, in this, but it looks like a most muscular, guys. And speaking of the most muscular, that is the last pose here, guys. So is it enough? Cedric was getting... I mean, this one I prefer Lionel Beyeke. Excuse me here. I do prefer Lionel Beyeke. But it's a personal preference because it's a different pose, for goodness sakes. One's the knuckles touching, not the hands clasped, but the knuckles touching, and the other one is a most muscular crab position in the way of Cedric McMillan. So, is it enough, guys? Is it enough for Lionel Beyeke? I don't know. I think he was winning in the both back shots. Both side poses were going to Cedric, though, and it was a toss-up. In the front shots, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Lionel Beyeke was slightly better here. I think the judges overlooked him. They're used to him placing low, and they seen Cedric McMillan. They seen the name. They seen them too, and they said, what the heck? We'll throw Cedric McMillan in 10th and put little Lionel Beyeke way down in 11th. Well, that's terrible sportsmanship. But anyway, I do go on. It was so close that I barely was able to make the decision, so I shouldn't be upset. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. Hit thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram as well, guys. Have a great day.